All right, good evening. Hello, and welcome to our team connection. We love our community connection. My name is Cheryl Muller, and I am a diamond on the team. And of course, that just means I love Plexus. And I am super pumped tonight to introduce Allie Sullivan. Now, I asked her when we started because I'm like, Allie, how long have you been with Plexus? And she has been with us for it'll be 7 years on New Year's. She is someone who joined on New Year's. So, which is really exciting. That's someone who definitely makes a New Year's resolution and says gut health is the way, and she's never turned back. So, Allie is a mom of four. She is busy. She is busy. She homeschooled them for a long time, and I just saw that they are off to school today, um, away from the house. So that's exciting too. And Allie started in Connecticut, and she's now moved to New Jersey. She's working with her brother in another business. Those of us who work Plexus multitasks. A lot of times we work different jobs. Sometimes this is our only job. There are all kinds of different stories with Plexus. And Allie is going to give it to you straight. She is an Emerald Ambassador here with us. And I adore her. We have some great conversations, and she's going to give it to you straight, but she is going to love you the whole way while she's smacking you around. Really, I'm just going to call it. That's Allie. And you're going to love it. And so she's going to talk to you tonight about refocusing, and I'm just going to let you take it away. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Allie, it's all yours.
Yay. Okay. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm so happy to be on here with you guys and getting to share because I just love to share. For those of you who heard me share before, you'll recognize this space I'm in, which is my car, because yes, I have four kids. And yes, they did just start school. So my oldest is 15 and they have been homeschooled since she was in first grade. And they started school 1 week ago. So public schools. So it's like a total crazy readjustment, and that what has been our whole life for like the past year has been just like reconfiguring, refocusing, just figuring out like what is next, where do changes need to happen. And in the midst of that, things can get confusing sometimes. Things can feel really muddied. Things can feel like, oh, I think I'm supposed to do this, but now I think I'm supposed to do this. And it all is a lot while also managing doing school with kids and cooking 3 meals a day. Like seriously, if ever, like, drop one in the comments if you say like I do at least once a week. God, why do we have to eat 3 times a day? Like it would be way easier if it was just like a one and done kind of deal. So there's a lot that we're all managing all the time, and there's lots of things that happen. And I saw a quote, this is probably about a month ago now, or maybe more. And it has just been ruminating in my spirit and in my mind for this whole past month or so. And every time I think about it, it's clear and clear. It's the background of my phone right now. And it's really kind of springboarding this whole topic of focus and recalibrating our focus. And we're going to talk a little bit about the power behind refocusing. So I'm going to start with this quote for you guys. Okay, this is from Brendan Burchard, and it says, "You have not lost your motivation. You simply took your eyes off of what you are truly fighting for. No focus, no fire. Your future self or someone or something here now needs you to recalibrate." Okay, so it's kind of a little long, so we're gonna break it down a little bit, okay? But this, like, I got emotional even just saying the middle part, which I have like big is no focus, no fire. Because I think there are many times that we can feel like, okay, like, what am I supposed to do next? Or I don't know what to post about, or what goal am I going after? Or oh, maybe it's too late for me to earn the cruise, or oh, I see all these things that other people are doing. And what we have to realize is that you have not lost your motivation, what this says in the beginning, but you merely lost sight of what you are truly fighting for, taking your eyes off it. No focus, no fire. So I just want to talk a little bit. Let's see, what are some things that you guys know of or can think of that it is important to have a focus, to have your eye on the target. Maybe you need to refocus on something, like literal things. Okay. Here, like I'll give you an example. Like if when you're sitting in school and you can't see the board, you literally need glasses to focus, right? Like what are the things that you need to be able to refocus or recalibrate in like a real life example? You can put in the chat, or you could even unmute if you have it, like an idea of one. Where what are things that you need to literally refocus on with your eyes? I have a couple examples, but I want to let you guys share. Okay, a goal. Yeah, the goal. Okay, yes, like a soccer goal, like an actual goal. Okay, keep your eye on the ball, right? I have a travel baseball player. My son's a bass player. You got to keep your eye on the ball. Um, sometimes you got to turn around, right? If anybody here does any sort of like, whether it's recreationally or like hunting or shooting, archery, anything like that, right? Like you have to be able to put your eyes on the target, on what you're looking at, and you have to refocus and readjust at different points, right? How many times you literally you're sitting there staring at something and like your eyes get dry and you have to like blink it out, right? Blink it out and refocus. Okay. And when you are not refocused, it is hard to see. I remember very distinctly when I realized I needed glasses. And this was when I got my driver's license and I was driving around and I was like, huh, is it weird that I can't see the names of the street signs? Like, are you supposed to be able to see them? And at that moment, I realized, okay, I need something that will help me refocus, recalibrate literally my eyesight here so I can look at something. And I had to go get glasses, right? My husband and I like to go shooting sometimes. And there is something that happens when you are looking at the target, you're looking at eyeing up through the sights there, and you take a shot, and then you have to refocus. You have to realign it up until the point where maybe you're so good and you have that muscle memory, you can do a few shots in a row and keep it right on target, right? But initially, you have to continue to refocus, realign your sights on the actual goal of what you're looking for. And so something that this had me thinking about is, like Cheryl said, I have been with Plexus for almost 7 years now. Yes, I joined on New Year's Eve because I was like, I don't care if I overdraft my account or whatever. I'm not starting a new year without making a change, right? And so I ordered my Plexus for me and my husband almost 7 years ago. And but there are times where we set goals and we're like, yes, this is great, this is exciting, or we think we know what our goal is, we know what our why is, all of these things. And we might come to a point like where we can see it clearly, but then we start to maybe get distracted by other things. Maybe it's other jobs, maybe it's other things in our lives, maybe it's other people who are joining our team, or now more responsibilities we're taking on, we're sharing on more calls, we're trying to help out with challenges, like whatever these things are, where they're so exciting and you can be on the road to it. And then all of a sudden, maybe you're feeling like, okay, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing here. I don't know, like where I'm looking. And there's a gif that is literally Phoebe Buffay from Friends, where she's like running like this, like, where am I going? What am I doing? What am I looking at? Right. And I think a lot of times we can get that feeling of like, where am I going? And to be able to literally refocus on the target, it could be the initial goal or the immediate goal of like hitting the cruise or hitting a goal this month, or the long-term goal of hitting a rank or finding financial freedom or finding health, getting off of certain prescriptions, right? Like whatever those goals are for you, being able to realign those sights, refocus and say, okay, what is this I'm actually going after? And what's really funny when you realign those sights is there is literally like a fire that you can feel that will start to be activated. Okay. So like when I read this quote, no focus, no fire, it was like the sights realigning that was like, oh, like what am I going after? And in that moment, I felt this burning of like my own fitness goals, like the things that I love, the things that I want to go after, the person that I want to be, and where I feel like I've lost sight of that because of all the crazy things that have happened in my life, right? And all the crazy transitions and figuring out what to do for my kids for school and all these things. And so being able to say, okay, wait, actually, I can pick something right here in the right now that is going to give a little fire, right? So for me, a lot of times that manifests into a literal physical, like fitness goal, because I think it's a tangible thing I can see and I can feel and I can go after, right? If you've ever trained for a 5K, for a half marathon, for a marathon, if you've gotten some sort of certification, if you've done a push-up challenge, a plank challenge, anything like that, right? As soon as you decide This is your goal. You can do it. You can do the things every single day, right? You can get up, you can do the running plan, you can do the workouts, you can eat the meals associated, right? And you can do it, and there's a fire in you to make it happen because you can see the goal. The sights have realigned, right? And so there is power in taking time to realign. But just like with our eyesight, when you have a prescription, you have to go back and get your eyes checked every like 1 or 2 years, right? You have to consistently realign. Now those letters that you look at in the little eye test, those letters don't change. Okay, but our focus can get blurred. It can get blurred by things that are happening in our environment around us, in our bodies, in our mindset, in our hormones. All of that literally can affect like our eyesight, our age, all of that stuff. And so we have to continually refocus, realign, get that prescription checked. So when it comes to our business, when it comes to the goals we have in our life, what are those things? You can just take like a couple seconds and write down like what are those things that maybe come in and blur those lines for you. Most of the time, I think it's like the voices in our own head, right? Like the self doubt, the distractions. But what are those things that can blur the lines? Distractions, self-doubt, if some of it, like other people's opinions, being too busy. Yes, Brittany, that's a great one. Like there are things that can cause distractions and they start to blur the line. And so we have to be able to come in and we have to say, okay, I need a moment of refocus. I need to realign the sights here. I need to look back at the goal and be able to focus in on it. What am I doing? And how is this aligning with the goal that I have to get me there? Right. And what happens is just like we talked about when you're literally like shooting or aiming at something, that there is a time where you have to realign every single shot, right? So you have to realign every single day. What are my goals? What are the things I'm going after? How am I getting there? And maybe you'll get to the point where you can go longer and longer and longer. That muscle memory is there. You're building the habits. You're becoming that person where you don't have to keep like realigning the sights, right? Like you can go off of that. But every once in a while, like coming back in and refocusing. Okay, what am I here for? Why did you start? For me, it was to get my husband healthy and secretly to lose some weight, right? When I started sharing, it was to get our products covered. Then it became how many people can I help get their products for free? Then it became taking my husband on trips. Then it became how many people can I help earn these bonuses when these big, huge bonuses come out, right? Like it became more and more. It became paying for my kids' extracurricular activities. It became being able to support another family business that I was a part of. Like all of these things that we have to keep our eyes on. Sometimes then there's those distractions around and we have to realign and refocus on what it is and find that literal fire. The other thing that's really powerful though about finding that focus is how many of you guys have ever taken a magnifying glass and literally lit something on fire? Come on, admit it. Who's done it? Not a lot of men on here right now, but I have brothers. I've definitely done it myself a time or two with the kids. Have any of you guys ever done it? Raise your hand, drop it in the comments. Raquel, I just knew you were going to say yes to that. That you've lit something on fire with a magnifying glass. But what happens, right? So what do you have to do that? You have to get the perfect alignment between the sun, the magnifying glass, and whatever it is that your fuel sources underneath, right? For my brothers, it was their bedroom carpet through the window and through the magnifying glass, and they lit that carpet right on fire. Okay, maybe it's leaves, right? It's something there that as soon as that aligns perfectly, it literally will cause a fire, will start a fire. Okay. And so there is power on realigning that focus and getting that spark to light, getting that fire to light. And maybe I think for each of us, we need to know what are those things that help us to refocus. Is it a quote like this? Is there a song? Is it a getting on a call with somebody? Is it getting on Power Hour? Is it sharing your testimony with someone? Is it hearing from somebody their testimony, asking them how they're doing on their products? Like what are those things that can help you to refocus and realign when maybe you're starting to feel like things are getting a little bit blurry, right? What is it and what am I focusing on? But what also happens after that magnifying glass lights that source? Well, it can either turn into a flame or it can die right out, right? What is the thing that makes the difference in that? I think it's what you do with that spark, right? How many of us get on a call and we listen to a call and we're like, yes, this is so good. Every time I listen to Alita, it's like, oh my gosh, like, it's so amazing. It's inspiring, right? And you feel that burning within you to go and get something done. But if you get off that call and you hang up and then you just go back to your normal things in your day, that spark can very quickly go out. And so it's, what are we going to do with that spark each day, each time that we realign, that's going to get us into action? So if you take that magnifying glass and you're going to light something on fire, what do you have to do? You have to keep putting some sort of fuel on there, right? Whether it's more leaves and then little sticks and then bigger sticks, right? And talking back about how you can get to bigger and bigger sources where you don't have to feed it as much, maybe, right? Or just one little thing will get you back realigned, will get that flame going. But really, putting the things on there that are going to grow that flame. And those things, in my experience, most of the time come from action, right? It's taking that little spark, taking that little fire that is lit, and now actually doing something about it, doing something with it to fuel it and grow it. It's the reason why I say, right, go train for a 5K. It's the reason why some of us have started 75 hard today. We said, okay, we need to go after a goal and we need to pick something that we can focus in on and then do something about it. Do something with the goals that you have. Do something with the motivation that you feel. Do something with that spark and continue to build upon that action to see growth happen, to see change happen, to become that person that you want to be. And so refocusing, having that focus, knowing what you're truly going after is really, really important. Now, how do we find what we're truly going after? We talked about a lot of goals, okay? Like a lot of very here goals with plexus goals, but what are you really truly going after? Like, why do you want to earn the cruise? Why do you want to earn the Christmas cash? Why do you want to help other people earn that cash? To help them pay for their products, to help them provide for Christmas for family. Why is that important to you? Right? It's going down that we talk about a lot, the 7 layers deep. Keep asking yourself, why am I doing that? Why does this matter to me? Why do I care about helping other people earn money? Why do I want other people to have financial freedom? Why do I want to help people with their health? Why do I want them to see freedom in those things? Why do I want somebody to be able to go run a half marathon who's hated running their whole life, right? Like, why do I care about those things? Why do I want to earn the trips, right? Is it memories? Is it real? Is it recognize something about yourself? Is it proving something to yourself? Is it, what are these reasons? And being able to refocus and realign on those things, because the goals can shift and can change, but remembering like what you're truly here for, why you're truly here, why you truly started, how that has continued to morph and change and had bigger impact on your own life and also in the lives of other people. So that's the last part of this quote here. It says, your future self or someone or something here and now needs you to recalibrate. And so sometimes refinding that focus is just it's a habit thing. It's a motivation thing. It's knowing that we need to keep going. And sometimes it's saying like, okay, well, who needs me right now to refocus? Who needs me to align my sights? Who needs me to recalibrate? Is it me? Is it my future self? Is it the person I'm trying to become? Is it someone else right here, right now that needs me? Is it my kids? Do they need to see me model what it looks like to work really hard, to go after a goal, to believe in something bigger than myself? Is it other people around me who are struggling, who need help, right? Is it something? Is it some organization? Is it something within my circle, within my life, right? Like, what is it that needs me to recalibrate? And so us being able to understand what are the intrinsic and the extrinsic like motivators and those things that cause us to realign our sights, reawaken that fire, and then continue to fuel that fire over and over and over, to the point where we're like, go to a magnifying glass, focus in, light the fire, and then we keep we keep building on it, and we keep growing until that fire is spreading around to other people, right? And so this phrase is just like, I literally made it the background of my phone, this whole quote, but the big part that I emphasize, that no focus, no fire. And so if there is anything that you're feeling a lacking of fire in, like maybe it's in going after the cruise, maybe it's in going after the holiday cash, like what are those thoughts? What are those things that are putting it out? Is it it's too late? Is it people don't want it? They don't have enough money right now? Is it, it's too close to the holidays, nobody wants to set a health goal? Well, I'm here to tell you none of those things are true, okay? Because like Cheryl said, I joined on New Year's Eve, okay? I'm somebody, Lisa and I just started 75 Hard today with some other people, and we're going to be going through that, which is just this challenge. I can tell you more about it if you don't know what 75 Hard is, but all the way through the end of January. So we're talking like over Christmas, over Thanksgiving, over New Year's, being extremely strict on what you're eating, on your workouts, on all of these things, right? And we did this before. We did this 3 years ago, and we did it over the holidays, the same exact thing. And I just use that as an example to say that there are people who in different seasons, they get reawakened by different things. And so you may have people around you who are like, nope, I don't want to do anything till after the new year. That's fine. But I would bet you money that there are people who are already itching for something different. They want to feel different over the holidays. They need the money. How many people are looking for part-time holiday jobs, right? How many people are sending out, my teenagers are making their Amazon wish lists and their wish list to send out to all the grandparents and all these things. And we're getting ready for a new start of travel season sports and having to pay for those things. Like in every single season, there are different things that other people need. And so do not let the lie that it's not the right time for people, it's too late, it's too close to the holidays, whether it comes to their health goals or to needing an income. Do not let that deter you in any way. And also, even thinking about the cruise, you guys, thinking about ranking up in November and in December, right? Thinking about earning this cruise, like it is not too late. We have seen people earn these things in 1 month's time. We've seen people earn it in 2 weeks. We have seen people earn Leaders Retreat over the years I've been here in like 3 days time. Okay. It's literally just about finding that focus in order to get that fire lit to go after it. All right, setting if you have a rank up goal right now, like we're just barely over halfway through the month. Like it is not too late at all. November is a long month. December is a long month. Like there are a lot of things that can happen in this time. And so if we're starting to feel any sort of way, like discouraged or watching the clock, like literally realign that focus, realign those sights, look through the sights and say, okay, what is it that I need to do? Like, what do I need to go after right now? Yes, Black Friday is coming up. We're like so many deals right now. We still have the free reset going on. We still have the cruise. We still have the Christmas cash. Okay. One of my favorite ways to think about something like the Christmas cash is if you have a goal right now to like rank up, maybe you want to sign 3 people, you want to sign 5 people, you need your team to add 50 people, whatever it is. Sometimes thinking about those numbers, adding 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 can sound really daunting. But if you think about how many people can I help to earn this Christmas cash? Well, now all of a sudden you have one person adding 4 or adding 8. You have 2 people adding 4 or adding 8. And now all of a sudden you have this ripple effect of helping people earn this money and also getting to the goals that you and your team have, earning this cruise, all of these other things. And so the big thing is refocusing, getting that fire, and remembering like it's not too late. So many of us, I am a culprit of it all the time, of saying like, okay, well, I'll just next Monday. Okay, next month. Okay, in the new year, right? No, that fire literally takes a second to spark. And if you just start putting some fuel on that fire by action, start messaging some people, start posting, start anything, just start doing anything. I mean, we're on here for Power Hour all the time, almost every day of the week. There are things that you can do. There are action steps you can take. And I remind myself of that. Like, okay, what message can I send to people? I think Lisa had shared it in the Energy Bus chat the other day, sending that message that's like, in case no one told you today, like, you're great, you're beautiful, nice butt. Did everybody see that the other day, that graphic? Okay, that's one of my all-time favorites. If I don't know what to send people, it's like, just send people, like, who will think this is hilarious? Okay, what mom, what dance mom, what baseball mom needs to hear this today, and they're going to think it's hilarious, right? And just start sending things to people, start pouring out that encouragement. And what you literally start, you realign that focus and you feel that fire build. Okay. The other ways you can do it, go for a walk, go for a jog, get out in the air, find that one song that pumps you up, that gets you going, that makes you feel that focus realign and that fire come out. Okay. Call your accountability partner, your running partner, whoever it is. There are so many ways that we can refocus, but the more and more and more that we come out of sight, we feel like, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever to fix. But what happens when you go to get a new prescription? They look, they readjust things, and boom, they put on a new pair of glasses, a new contact prescription, and you're good. It's instantaneous. It might take a while for that to become out of focus. But when you refocus, it's in an instant. Everything can change. And so it is not too late to earn all of the things. It is not too late to go after goals. It is not too late to help people earn this Christmas cash. Not too late for yourself to earn this cash. But what can you do like tonight, getting off this call? What can you do tomorrow to say, okay, let me realign my sights here, get that fire sparked, and then go from there? Or maybe it's somebody else. I mean, so many of you guys are completely on fire. Like, I am just in awe of the people who are earning all the things, signing all the people, running the events. You guys are incredible right now. But who are those people that they need a little spark? They need to be reminded, like, it's not too late. Hey, you said at the beginning of the month, or you said in September, you wanted to earn this cruise. It's not too late. Like, do you want to do it? What can you do? So who are those people that you can help to do that for? So I'm just going to read this quote one more time for you guys, and I'll put it in the Energy Bus chat after in case this is helpful for somebody. But okay, it's, you have not lost your motivation. You simply took your eyes off of what you are truly fighting for. No focus, no fire. Your future self or someone or something here now needs you to recalibrate. All right, you guys, that's what I got. Thank you for listening. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this helps you guys just like refocus to get on those goals for the end of this month and next month, the end of this year, and just remembering it's not too late. And listen, I just really briefly, many of you guys have heard this, but like Amber, I told Amber before Thanksgiving, oh yeah, I'm signing up for Plexus. I totally want to do this. And I didn't answer her for like weeks because I didn't have the money, right? But she kept reaching out, she kept commenting on my posts, just life stuff, just encouraging, following back up until finally New Year's Eve. I was like, enough is enough. I'm going to place the order. So if there are people who've told you yes, or there are people who are interested, like, just keep pouring out on them, keep loving on them. And remember, there are a lot of people that like, this is their season. They are itching for change. It just got dark, you guys. Daylight savings, it got dark. And I don't know anybody else, I get stir crazy. As soon as it's dark at like 4:30, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do something with my life, right? And so there are so many people who they just feel that itching, that stirring in them. You be the person to light that flame and, keep growing that into a fire. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. Happy to see all of your faces and talk to you soon.